I put my heart in this boxing. They be like, y'all need to stop it. We swipe our card and they rock us. These promoters is sharks and they partners. It's gonna be hard trying to stop us. Speaking for the fans when I say they offended me. But really, y'all part of the problem. Blinded by hate, you don't see the real enemy. You motherfucker be tempting me. Don't like your energy, you think you pimping me. If I for over 500 centuries, no penitentiary. I'm smoking plenty weed. I don't need no sympathy. Errol, Spence versus Crawford gon' be all the time. Regardless of who win or lose, they still gon' be in the Hall of Fame. So I ain't even in my feelings. Regardless of the rain, I'm chillin'. Numb to the pain, no feeling. Can't do the same dope feeling. We're guilty, but I ain't no villain. Lost my top, so it ain't no ceiling. Ryan versus Tank, is a fight I'm not feeling. Cause we already know that Tank gon' kill him. I wanna see Tank versus Divin Hank. Even Frank Moore. What about Shakur? Boxing is not a sport that we can afford. Cause we know that rich people ride the poor. This I cannot ignore. I never been shot before. The pain is burning inside. My people died. It's just like a hunter who shot a boar. Damn, I put my heart in this boxing. They be like, y'all need to stop it. We swipe our card and they rob us. These promoters is sharks and they partners. It's gonna be hard trying to stop us. Speaking for the fan when I say they offended me. But really, y'all part of the problem. Blinded by her, you don't see the real enemy.
What it do, what it do. It's 903 Boxing. I'm your host, Charles J. Say, man, shout out to my audience. Shout out to those that's rocking with me. And yeah, we back in the kitchen. There's a whole lot of goddamn sauce in this pot, man. Let's get to the shit. As you can see, I've lost my voice. I just called the fight. Had to cut it off, do my post-fight thoughts. Errol, Spence versus Crawford gonna be off the chain. Regardless of who win or lose, they still gonna be in the Hall of Fame. So I ain't even in my feelings. Regardless of the rain, I'm chilling. Numb to the pain, no feeling. Listen, I ain't in my feelings, bro. But I'm shocked. I'm not in my feelings like I thought I would be. Let's just say I'm in my feelings, but not like I thought I would be. I thought I'd be devastated. Now, I can see clearly now the rain is gone. But anyway, now, sometimes it's just how you look at life. Now, I still hold my head high. And I just feel like, bro, it was a good fight. It definitely lived up to the hype. I'm gonna say this to Spence. Errol Spence, the Truth Jr. I think you're a spectacular fighter. I think you're a top 20 fighter of all time. Hands down. Hands down. I think you're a great fighter, bro. What I want to salute to you, I want to salute to your courage, bro, and the fact that you're not a quitter, bro. You fought through some hell of adversity, bro. That most fighters would have quit. Most fighters wouldn't have got up. That right hook, I don't know how you got up from that punch, but Spence got some grit in him, bro. You fought with straight heart. You fought with heart. When the going got tough, you fought with heart. I'm going to tell you some real shit. I'm going to tell you what this fight really reminded me of. And it played out like that, minus the knockdown. This was like Sugar Ray Leonard versus Hearns. Remember, Hearns was the aggressor, and it was like Hearns was going to be the harder, stronger puncher, the stronger fighter. And it turned out that when Leonard hurt Hearns in like the second or the third round, and Hearns never recovered. And then Leonard stopped him in the 14th round. But so it kind of remind me of that, like I said, minus the knockdowns. I'm just gonna be honest, bro. I knew this. I peeped it, bro. I peeped it during the build-up. I peeped a lot of things, bro. I knew that Errol Spence and his team would underestimate the power of Bud. I knew Bud had devastating power, and it's not just his power, it's where he places punches at. He hits you right behind your ear. He catch you, and he also hits you with combinations. He hits you with shots that you never see coming, and he always follow up with 2 or 3 shots. So I knew that they underestimated the power. I just didn't know it would be that effective. Bud threw some shit. Bud hit him with some shit, bro. You know what I really want to talk? I want to talk about the elephant in the room, and I'm also gonna say this. Yeah, I want the rematch, and I'm gonna talk about that. But I'm gonna tell you. You wanna know who I really question after this fight? It ain't Spence, bro. Because when the going got tough, when Spence was hurt and it was hard for him to recover, he just fought. He just wouldn't stop. Even when the referee, what impressed me the most about Spence, when the referee stopped the fight, he, just like Wilder in the second Fury, don't stop shit. That's why it was a couple rounds before that they kept looking at him. I was like, bro, don't stop shit. You know, but yeah, I definitely agree with that stoppage because Bud was turning all the way up and he was hitting him with hard shots, and it could have got a lot worse. So I definitely believe the stoppage was fair. It's two things two criticisms I have. The first criticism is something that I've always told y'all. PBC really didn't favor Spence like that. And I feel like they was mad at him that they forced the Bud fight because they didn't want the Bud fight. They wanted him to fight Keith, and they favored Keith. I feel like they always favored Keith over Spence. So just when I was listening to these announcers and this and that, normally when it's a PBC fighter, even if he losing, they'll make it sound like he winning. They didn't show a whole lot of respect for Spence. Also, the biggest question mark in this whole fight, Derrick James. I had you as the number one trainer in boxing. Now, Pimpin', you didn't display that tonight, bro. I'm gonna tell you something, bro. I felt this, but I was like, maybe Derrick James, because the way Derrick James was talking, Bud ain't fought nobody, and this easy working. He ain't. Y'all gonna see that he ain't what you. He didn't. I don't think Derrick James thought Bud was who he's like. Did you respect him enough, bro, in your train? Like, Spence was in dog shape, but I'm talking mentally. Did you really prepare Spence mentally for Bud? Did you mentally prepare him? I really think you underestimated the power of Bud. Because let me tell you something, bro. Any trainer in boxing, I already knew Bud could hurt Spence, just like I felt like Spence can hurt Bud. But it's like, I don't think you prepared him for that. I don't think you prepared him for the punching power of Bud or his combinations. It's a lot of shit I don't think you prepared him for. And I definitely don't think you prepared him for the southpaw stance. I think you prepared him to fight Bud, a conventional style Bud. Bud fought the entire fight in the southpaw stance. Let me tell you something, bro. Derrick James, I think you completely underestimated Bud. Completely. I think you thought that just using the jab and left hook, right hook to the body, you didn't prepare for nothing else. I question, bro. I question your game plan. I just got to say this, bro. Bomac outcoached you tonight. I'm just going to tell you the truth. Bomac coached the shit. And Bud said that was their game plan. That fucking jab of Bud's. Bud, this is the two shocking things tonight that shocked me. Was that Bud, I didn't think, bro, I thought Bud was going to have a close out tonight, even if he won, because I thought that jab was going to bother, but the jab was no factor to Bud. Spence still threw some nice jabs. He threw some nice jabs to the body. He landed shit. But Bud, let me tell you something, Bud defense was better tonight than I've ever seen. This was the most spectacular performance of Bud. Let me tell you something, bro. I always had Bud the number one pound for pound fighter, but I'm just going to go a couple steps further, bro. I always said Bud was special. I said Spence was special, bro. But Bud, he in a different category right now. I got Bud as a top 10 fighter, bro. I got him as a top 10 fighter. I got him up there with Floyd. I got him up there with Sugar Ray. He's in the same category. Am I saying he better? But no, he neck and neck with all them. He up there with Sugar Ray Leonard. He up there with Floyd. He up there with Hearns. He on that level, bro. Bud is on that level. Let me tell you something, bro. It's not just that Bud hit hard, bro. It's how he hit you, bro. That is the most impressive shit. I said in the prediction, I said Wilder's the greatest finisher of all time, and he's the greatest finisher in boxing right now. But I said many people think Tank is number 2. No, Tank is the second hardest puncher. I said Bud is the second best finisher in boxing. But let me tell you this what impressed me about Spence. No other fighter would have made it past their second round. Let me tell you some real shit, bro. That's why I say it remind me of Tommy Hearns and Leonard. When Leonard hurt Tommy Hearns in the second round, Tommy Hearns never recovered. Spence never recovered from that second round. He never recovered. And I'm going to tell you another thing. And Spence, you got to work all that ducking in with your head. I did not want to see that shit that you done against Ugas. You can't do that against Bud, bro. You can't do that against Bud, bro. Let me tell you something, bro. This is what I don't respect about the game plan. You can't just depend on strength and body punches and jabs to get you through Bud, bro. I wanted to see more shit. The game plan wasn't good, bro. Y'all did not have a good game plan. Also, you wasn't as sharp as you normally are. But also, Bud's defense was more crisp than ever. And he caught most of them shots on the glove. Also, I'm going to say this. And this what damn near made me swallow my blunt while it was lit. Spence hit Bud with some flush shot. Spence hit Bud with an overhand left that landed right on his chin. Spence never hurt Bud. That's what shocked me. Spence never hurt Bud in the entire fight. I thought he hit him with a couple good shots that made him respect him. I don't think he ever hurt Bud in the entire fight. I don't think he ever hurt him. And I'm going to tell you another thing. Bud was hurting Spence to the body with them left hooks to the body. Every punch Bud landed hurt Spence. That's why I say, bro, I give credit to both fighters. Spence is a hell of a dog, bro. I don't think nobody ever would have made it through that. Nobody would have. There is no other fighter in boxing that's going to make it through that kind of punishment, bro. What it was a 10th or 11th round stoppage. Nobody would have made it through that, bro. I don't know how much this done took out of Spence, but he want the rematch. I'm going to say this, though. The weight, Bud won regardless. Bud just won. Bud had a better game plan, bro. And I'm going to tell you another thing. Remember them hard-ass jabs he hit Kell Brook with, the hook jab? That's what he was hitting Spence with. That was the hardest jabs I've ever seen of any fighter. The hardest, sharpest jabs I've ever seen of any fighter in the history of boxing. Maybe since Ali when he used to bounce around and throw that hard slinging ass jab. The way he was throwing that jab, bro, he was hurting Bud more with the jab than he was with the hooks. Bud got devastating power. I always said that I'd favor Jamel against but Jamel going up to 168. And I said I'd favor him over Bud because he got devastating power. I think Bud could stop Jamel. At this point, listen, the rematch, I think Spencer's a live dog. But I think this what factors in. I think Spence know now you can't depend on strength to beat Bud. You can't wear him down. And I'm going to tell you another thing. And I knew this. This is one thing that didn't shock me. I knew Bud would beat Spence on the inside. I knew the inside. That's why I said in my prediction, bro, I wanted Spence just to box and fight a safe fight. Stay behind your jab and cover up and be more defensively. Don't try to dog him and walk him down. I knew that style wouldn't work. So you definitely going to have to come up with a game plan. But also, Bud is a better fighter at this point. Bud is a better fighter than Errol Spence. Bud is the pound for pound king of boxing. I'm going to tell you another thing. Andre Ward, one of my favorite fighters. Bud better. Bud better than Andre Ward. I ain't going to say he's better than Floyd. You got to do more shit. But he's on the level of Floyd. But I can't say you better than Floyd. You got to do some more shit. I can't say you better than Floyd. But you up there with him. Those are facts. You up there with him. You up there with him, and you better than Andre Ward, which that's hard to say. But you better than Andre Ward. When you talk Terrance Crawford, bro, you got to compare him to the Sugar Ray Leonards and the Floyds now, bro. You got to compare him. And even in defeat, Spence still up there too, bro. Spence still a hell of a fighter, bro. I'm just telling you. Bud is the sharpest puncher. Them punches are sharp, bro. They underestimated them combinations and coming in with your head down. You can't do that against Bud, bro. Bud's spectacular, bro. You underestimated his power, and you underestimated the fact that Bud is strong. And you definitely underestimated his power. But also, Bomac came up with a hell of a game to jab with him. Bud out-jabbed Spence. That's what shocked me more than anything. Bud out-jabbed Spence. Fuck me up, bro. Bud different, bro. He different. He different, bro. He the greatest fighter of this era. He's the greatest fighter I think he's the greatest fighter since Floyd. Greatest fighter since Floyd, bro. And like I said, bro, Spence hit him with some hard shots. He couldn't hurt Bud. That shocked me. I seen Bud getting dropped one time in this fight, but I seen Bud winning by stoppage. But I thought he might get dropped or hurt or wobbled by Spence. He never was wobbled. So at this point, bro, Bud is that guy. But also, let me say this about Spence. You know, Derrick James kind of asked Spence, did he want the rematch? Like, if you don't want the rematch or something. He kind of said it like, if you don't want the rematch or some shit. I don't like that energy. Spence said, hell yeah, I want the rematch. That motherfucker got to fight me again. And so, bro, Bud is, let me tell you something. Bud after the fight was just as impressive as he was during the fight. When he went over there to Spence and talked to him and what he said after the fight and said how motherfuckers doubted me, motherfuckers called me ducks, motherfuckers said my resume ain't shit. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, bro, his resume is solid, bro. And he got the most solid resume in boxing. Bud is the pound-for-pound king of boxing. And I just think everybody needs to put a little more goddamn respect on his name. This is 903 Boxing. I'm your host, Charles J. With that, I'm out.